6 months later. I was about to say, I hope we will spill the tea on Tom. Oh, damn!
One last look. I'm good to go.
So it took six
Hey,
months?
it's me.
Hey, me.
House is empty. I'm getting ready to head out, so last chance. Is there anything you want me to do while I'm in town?
Listen, Ty, you're dropping off the keys with Tina, right?
Yep, gonna leave 'em at her office on my way to the ferry.
Well, that's it then.
How are you?
Good, actually. Really good. You?
Same. You know, emptying the house really cleared my head out.
Thanks for doing that. The observatory really needed me this week. After everything that happened, I just felt like I needed to keep some miles between me and Delos Crossing.
No worries. You still loving your therapist?
Oh?
Gail, yes. I was actually just doing some letter writing she assigned me as homework. It really helped me get some perspective.
That sounds awesome. Did you see the article I sent you about Tom losing the election?
Good.
Yes, I saw your message right before Derby practice, so I didn't have time
Derby?
to read it. But I did cackle at the headline.
Did you picture Tom's face whenever you went in for a block?
No, but that is a great idea.
Anyways, I'm glad Tessa finally left his ass. Karma is a bitch. How's Juneau?
Big and full of people, even without tourists. Michael's been writing up rules for the apartment. I need your support against his whole food policy.
Just refuse to sign anything until I get there, okay?
Okay, but you better hurry. If he gets his way, we'll only have one small shelf for junk food.
What? Heresy. I'm gonna need like twice that just for snack cakes after my surgery.
Oh
next
my
month.
god.
I know, right? This cannot stand.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up now.
See you tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna take one last walk through the house and then head to the ferry.
Drive safe.
Pretty sure that's the only way possible in the old Allison mobile.
Love you, Tyler.
Love you.
The vegetation came back, holy shit, and everything's coming together. We're moving to Juneau with Allison and Michael. Okay, just a quick tour. One last time. Of the outside and then the inside. I don't think there will be much coming after we are done here, so I'm just gonna keep recording now. If it's gonna be a lot, well, I'm planning to make this episode extra long then, but if it's gonna be a lot, then the frogs are gone. I'm gonna cut it into multiple episodes again. We'll see. Let's take a breather, actually. Crazy that he cut his hair so short.
Everything okay, Ty?
Actually, yeah. Everything really is.
Let's go down to the dock. Very lush greenery down here. Well, not just down here, but all over the place, really. Even without snow, it's still beautiful, but I actually did prefer it with snow, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Time to move on.
Yeah, just a second, just a second. I don't expect to find any collectibles anymore. Well, obviously, right? But I still want to check it all out to see what it looks like now. Oh, we can skip a stone. This will get an achievement, I hope. Not that far. No achievement? Okay, I'm starting to get really pissed with the things that I thought were hidden and would be rewarded with an achievement, but apparently they're not. Anyway. You know, I guess it's also sad that we're leaving all of this behind. No. Well, we need a fresh start. But, you know, all the memories we had in here, even the good things, especially the good things. Holy shit. It feels so weird, as if it's my past in a way that I'm leaving behind. You know what I mean? And it's a real shame to leave the loft. Her entire setup up there. She put so much work into this, you know?
Goblins out.
Okay, let's go in this way.
Man, seeing it empty is so weird, but at least it's the last time we'll ever have to.
It really is weird, yes. Ah, there it is. Oh, or not. Delos, I thought it was about Tom. Delos Crossing Most Wanted escapes. Fuzzy Bandit puts mail at peril once again. Is he back? No way. Michael and Tyler. Chattington app. Michael, must be a relief to finally be done with that place. Tyler, no doubt. If traffic's not too bad, I should be back at our place around 4 p.m. Michael, haha, traffic in Delos. Only if the mailbox bandit escaped. Hey, I'm making that biscuit thing you like. Tyler, damn, on my way. I'll probably take out some fire hydrants and stop signs. Michael, don't die. I'll keep it warm. See you in a few. Tyler, smiley face. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm not forced to go out just yet. Holy shit, this is crazy. We haven't seen that much about the inside of the house, I know, but still, it feels so weird, you know? Oh my god. Oh, the 2016 New Year's Eve party, apparently. We have a meteor shower. But who is that in front of Tyler? Is that Allison? Can't really make that out. We went canoeing. We were sitting with Tessa somewhere, probably in the cafe, which we haven't seen, by the way, just saying. We did some, probably some ice fishing, judging by the equipment on the photo next to the goblin drawing. Is that Denise to the right, by the way? Tyler to the left, then Michael, then Allison, and then Denise. Seems like it. And yeah, the New Year's Eve party. A goblin fort. And a birthday party. I think birthday party. And the observatory. Of course we're gonna collect everything. I mean, hello! Send picture to Allison. Also, you know, we have to think of ourselves in this situation because we went through the most trauma, I think, but, you know, in situations like these, I always think about the other people, you know, especially Sam, because he was heartbroken when we were just talking about selling the house. How is he feeling now that it's apparently actually sold? Juneau University. Oh. Well, that would be for Allison, right? Because Tyler has a degree, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go upstairs. And take a look from over here, because I haven't done that in chapter 1. Yes, I could do it, I think. Seemed like it when I was editing the episodes.
Certainly hope the new owners are Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It.
We have a paper plane on top of the chandelier. But yeah, a lovely little fixer-upper home.
Goodbye, broom. Goodbye, room. Goodbye, man on the moon? For posterity.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Goblin emoji, nice. By the way, I don't know what texting app they use, but usually the texts you send are on the right side of the screen and the answers you get are on the left side. Just saying.
Huh. Well, at least she finally dumped his ass.
Dearest Tyler and Allison, I am writing this letter from Juneau International Airport, where I will soon board a plane to Manila on a missionary assignment. I apologize for not coming in person to say goodbye, but I was called to make this decision alone and to carry it out on my own as well. I'm sure you understand that sometimes we must follow without question the prompting of the Spirit. I will not be coming back to Delos Crossing for some time. Before I go, there is still something I feel I must confess to you both. Perhaps because I have never found the strength to confront my husband, I have never been able to forgive Mary Ann for her betrayal. I truly did love you both like my own children, and I always tried to forgive your mother for her unapologetic lifestyle. But when I discovered that you were the fruit of her affair with my Thomas, I wanted her to suffer like I was suffering, and I brought down on your house the wrath I never dared allow to unfold in mine. I've been deeply ashamed all these years, and I'm surprised how much better I feel with it out in the open. The greatest thing about truth is the peace it brings to your life. I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. You have taught me once again how love will bring you further in life, something that Mary Ann had been trying to show me all along. Take care of each other, always. In his steps, Tessa.
Sucks to suck. Thomas Anthony Fecky.
Very, very Losty. Oh! By Amy Chung. I don't know who that is, but very, very Losty. Yes. Delos Crossing, Alaska. Thomas Vecchi loses mayoral election against current mayor Leslie Scow. Mayor Leslie Scow declared victory in her bid, yes, we need more estrogen, for her re-election over controversial challenger Thomas Vecchi. With almost 68% of the vote, Scow's triumph was the widest margin of victory in Delos Crossing history. Her rival, local business owner Vecchi, sparked much debate in the community over his gun control policies, but Scow's success has been mainly attributed to her willingness to reach across party lines. Many in the community say her re-election came as no surprise. According to sources close to the city council, Scow invited Vecchi to join her mayoral cabinet, but Vecchi refused. Vecchi declined to comment on the election results, except to say that he plans to focus on his family and other business pursuits. Some in the community were baffled by his comments, given the recent shattering of Vecchi's business, the highly popular Tessa's Cafe managed by his wife Tessa Vecchi. In a separate statement, Mrs. Vecchi announced she was ending her thriving business to focus on personal and spiritual matters. Good for her. You know, his gun control policies makes you wonder if he wanted to, or if he put such a big emphasis on it because of that night, right? Because she was threatening him, just saying. And Delos News, Delos Crossing Police Chief takes on Alaska Crime Commission. Police Chief Edward Brown calls for a legislative task force to examine law enforcement crisis. The public safety crisis is no secret among the people of Alaska, especially those living in far and remote communities. Delos Crossing Police Chief Edward Brown has tasked himself with making a difference and has been working for years with legislators to draw attention to what he views as the failures of Alaskan law enforcement. Today, Brown visited the Criminal Justice Commission in Anchorage to present the case for new measures to fight this crisis, pointing the finger at overburdened state courts that fail to recognize tribal sovereignty. Brown proposed a shared supervision of publicly funded law enforcement in villages and native communities. This agreement would follow the same models as the Alaska Tribal Health Compact, whereby native organizations have jurisdiction over native cases in partnership with the United States government. Under Brown's proposal, tribal courts and native organizations would be authorized to handle some cases. This realignment of jurisdiction would benefit the state and federal governments, Brown said, by freeing space in the clogged state and federal criminal courts, as well as significantly reducing the native incarcerated population and clearing criminal records. Brown believes this compact would enhance relations and allow impacted communities to better serve and help themselves. This is the first step of many more to come towards much-needed systematic changes, Brown said. We need each other to heal. Things are really changing around here. How ominous it is, all in caps. Leave the house for good. Yeah, but I think we've seen everything. We picked everything up, so yes, let's leave the house for good.
Well, this is goodbye for real, I guess. Hey, Aaron. It's Ty. Tyler Ronan. I thought I'd catch you on your break between sessions, but I guess you're going long with another rebel with too many causes. I know I haven't reached out since I left Fireweed, but I just wanted to say, well, you were right about grief, about it going in circles. This morning, I was out on the porch staring at the fog, and my mother, she just tumbled right out of me. But it was okay. It actually felt good to remember. Anyway, give me a call back if you get a chance. I'll see you around. And thank you.
Achievement unlocked, lock up and go. Achievement unlocked, twins for life. Tell me why, developed by Don't Not Entertainment development team. Okay. So... yes, this was a ride, right? Well, we started out with completely wrong memories and you know, both the twins in game and probably also us playing/watching this game. Yeah, we had completely different expectations, or we had, we had completely different expectations from what actually happened or what we would learn, or I guess from the expectations we would develop or change over time when we learned more stuff from the past. Because it was clear that Marianne had issues, but it was just generic, you know, like, oh, yeah, she's depressed and stuff like that, and at first we still thought she wanted to kill Tyler, but, yeah, the things we uncovered, which ultimately, obviously, found their climax in this chapter 3, are something else. So we learned the meaning behind the stories from the Book of Goblins she wrote for the twins. And also props to Don't Not for actually incorporating the book into gameplay. We used it before for some puzzles, but very rarely compared to the total playtime, you know what I mean? And it isn't just stories that you can read, but stories you might actually need if you really want to see everything. Like, you actually get something for reading them, other than the satisfaction of having read them, right? And yeah, in the loft, in the barn, we used the stories we've read to, even after we were done with finishing the puzzles up there, we read the stories to find even more letters from Tessa, from Eddie's mom, and there was a drawing, and there was a fourth thing. Yes, a letter from Sam. Those were the secret things we found, which I'm still salty we didn't get an achievement for. But yeah, those were the teeny tiny things that were hidden there, that you only get when you read everything. We would have gotten something else if we found all collectibles, but we're missing 2. It drives me insane, because I still don't know where I missed them, because I was checking out everything. But I missed 2 collectibles, one from Chapter 2 and one from Chapter 3. I don't know what we would have gotten if we put them all there. If we got them all, probably an achievement, but I don't know what else. Although, with Tell Me Why, you never know when you get an achievement, right? But yeah, anyway, what we ultimately learned is how, well, the stories all made sense, how she was not enough for her parents, the pressure was too much for her, and she ran away, and she was pregnant. I still think, probably with a child she conceived with Brent, I think was his name, her ex-boyfriend from back then, from way back then when she was still living home. And she was studying engineering, but of course it wasn't her cup of tea. She wanted to do, was it visual arts? Something with arts, but of course her parents didn't have anything for that, and they didn't allow it. But yeah, she ran away, and then she came into this community that we have no idea about, really, where she was accepted and loved by everyone, and they wrote her a sweet little farewell note, a farewell postcard, so to say, when she went away and when she went to Delos Crossing, where she bought the house, and she worked a job, yeah, something with clocks, I don't know. Yeah, she found a few connections with Sam and with Eddie and Carol. And yeah, the most precious thing was Leo Ronan, her firstborn. An only child. Her tiara that she kept well all the time from all the evil in the world. And then on some day, something happened, which still isn't sure what exactly happened, but he died. You know, she was building her whole life just around Leo, and she was alone. She had a chosen family still of a few people, but yeah, she was alone, and I still think she buried him on the premises, under the sapling. That's why there was the photo of the tree, and why she wrote that in the story, that she never put in the book. But yeah. And then she had an affair with Tom, or Tom had an affair with her. She wasn't cheating on anyone, really, in that way, but he was. Yeah, Tom is the father of Tyler and Allison. And I'm glad they spilled the beans and exposed him. And I'm glad that Tessa left him and is doing her own thing now. And yeah. I really didn't expect there to be that much to Mary Ann's story. Or, well, I thought there would be much, because I know Don't Not games, right? And it was constantly revolving around Mary Ann and her issues. But yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting these turns that it took. And, yeah, I'm surprised it was somewhat of a happy end, right? Well, it's still bittersweet, again, like always, but yeah, it was a happy end. We are moving to Juneau with our sister Allison and our boyfriend, I hope, Michael. And yes. Okay, so let's read this. Tyler and Allison. Allison was grateful they completed Mary Ann's puzzle. 86% completed the puzzle, 14% forced the chest open. Yeah, I was so close to do this as well. But yeah, we found out the code eventually. Leo, L-E-O. Allison was influenced by Tom's testimony. 63% believed in Tom's testimony, 37% believed in the twins' memory. It didn't make sense. I mean, it also didn't make sense that Tom would tell the truth, I guess, after all of this, but yeah, she would have never threatened Tyler, especially not, you know, the ultimate secret we found when it was revealed that Leo died. The letter she wrote, she even addressed it. She told them how much she loved them, and she even addressed it to Tyler's then name. You know, not even his birth name or his dead name, but the name he came up with back then when he was first discovering that he was actually a boy, Ollie. And she even wrote that, and she had the book about raising a transgender child, and of course she wouldn't kill them. Not even just one of them, why would she? But yeah. The twins trusted their bond and kept their voice. 97% held on to their voice and 3% let go of their voice. No way, Jose, I'm gonna let go of that voice. Eddie remained in the dark about Allison's responsibility in the murder. Did I miss something? I thought by choosing this memory and exposing Tom, because he was threatening to expose our secret, he would have known that. We had a chance to confess the truth? When and where? I would have done that, honestly. But yeah, 67% confessed the truth. How did I miss this? Holy shit. 33% did not confess the truth. And then, as for Sam, Sam felt understood by Allison. 72% listened to Sam's story, and 28% confronted Sam with his addiction. Aha, so we were able to do that. I was thinking about that, but yeah. Of course I listened to his story. Ah, Michael. Michael felt closer to... Yes, oh yes, 68% kissed Michael. Way too few, if you ask me. And 32% did not kiss Michael. How dare you? If you or anyone you know are struggling with suicidal thoughts or experiencing emotional crisis, you can find help using these resources. You matter and we need you in the world. US National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 1-800-273-TALK. And yeah, then the international stuff, which disappeared right before I could read it. Great. We value your opinion. Did you like this chapter of Tell Me Why? Why, yes, have 5 out of 5. And actually what I wanted to do, I wanted to play all of the cutscenes again that we've seen, the flashbacks. You know, in one viewing, so to say, and I hope this is really just the cutscenes and that it doesn't throw me back into the game, you know, that I have to literally replay it. So let's find out. Ah, okay, we have a choice. Replay in isolation mode. Your progress in isolation mode will not be saved and won't overwrite your saved game. You may use this mode if you want to replay a scene without altering your save or search for missing collectible. Oh. Okay, so it is throwing us back into the game. Okay, then no. I will Google where the collectibles are that I missed, and I will do this then. But yeah, no, in that case we won't watch it again. You know, I wanted to finish it off by playing the whole story, so to say, back to back, but yeah, it doesn't work that way. And also, I don't think I will do this now in this recording anymore. I will do this in a separate recording. Because if I'm not mistaken, if my math is correct, of course there will be a story at the end of this episode, but there should be one story that I can't put in any... that I have left, so to say, you know, that because I have more stories to tell than episodes of this chapter. So I think I will do another video, a bonus video, so to say, a bonus episode with that starts off with the last story, if that's the case. Maybe I did the math wrong, but I think I have one story left that starts with the story, and then with the knowledge I will have acquired by then, I will collect the collectibles that we missed, and then also go back to the scene in the loft and place the remaining collectibles there and see what happens. I think that's what I'm gonna do. You know, this is not relevant to the story, so if you watched this far, this is the official end, so to say, of my Let's Play, because what else would there be, right? Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked my Let's Play, and I hope you liked this game. And I put it in the description of the episodes a few times, but I'm gonna say it again. If you can, then please support Don't Not and buy this game. Ideally, I guess standalone for, what is it, 30 bucks? So 10 bucks per episode, really, which is a fair deal because we have gotten a lot of playtime out of this, as is always the case with Don't Not games, and they are always fleshed out. So yeah, if you can afford it, do that. If you want to play it but can't afford it, again, you can download it and play it for free. Or, well, free, so to say. Well, there's a catch, but you can play it for free with Xbox Game Pass. Of course, you're going to need a subscription. If you have one already, go and download it and play it. And if you don't have one, if you are a new subscriber, you can actually get your first month for just $1. And tell me why it's the only game you want to play. I guess that's pretty fair, right? You would have access for 30 days, a whole month, and that's more than enough to play the game. But yeah, please do consider supporting the developers of the game. And also, shameless plug, I know, if you like my Let's Play, then please consider liking and telling me what you thought about the game. Well, I would ask you for your theories, but the theories right now don't really matter anymore because we've seen what happens, right? Because we are at the end of the game. But yeah, again, if you have theories, of course, share them. Maybe some things that weren't answered in the game, if you have some, share them in the comments below. But yeah, tell me what you thought about the game in general, which chapter you liked most. I still can't decide which one I like the most. At the end of Chapter 2, I said I liked Chapter 2 the most, and right now I would say I like Chapter 3 the most because of the closure we finally had. And everything finally coming together because we know what happened now, the entire story. And yeah, we found closure. We exposed Tom, we know he is our father, we start a new life in Juneau, with Ellie and with Michael, so yes. I would say Chapter 3 is my favorite. And yeah, but tell me which chapter is your favorite. And if you're in the mood, and if you played or watched Life is Strange, then you can also tell me how you would rank Tell Me Why compared to all of the 3 Life is Strange games. Or the 4 Life is Strange games, if you count the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Speaking of Life is Strange and the Awesome Adventures, I don't know if I'm gonna do a Let's Play on those as well, maybe. The thing is, I already know what happens in those games because I've played them... well, almost twice, so to say. Well, I didn't finish my second run, but yeah, I played them and I watched them, so I know what happens. But it won't be blind, but yeah, maybe I will do that. But yeah, if you want to support me, then please also consider subscribing, activating the bell, and maybe sharing my Let's Plays with somebody you know. Who knows? But yeah, for now, enjoy the story that will be coming up, and if you're interested, then look forward to the bonus episode I will put out with the final story, if there is one, and the missing collectibles. But yeah, again, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again very soon in another game here on my channel. Who knows what that could be? And yes, until then, bye! Okay, there it is. The final story. The Mad Hunter gets his hand back. Well, let's see if it's gonna be a good one. Probably not, right? So, once upon a time, in a deep and cold lake near the ancient forest, there lived an old seal who was a powerful witch. After angering the Ice King, she had been bound to the lake, allowed only to venture out when the moon was full, and only looking like the hag she truly was. For years, she dreamed of vengeance, all alone within the deep lake among the corpses of her many previous victims. One night, she awoke to see a black and hooded silhouette clawing to reach a beautiful gown full of stone. The human had delved far deeper into the lake than any land dweller should have been able to go. His tenacity and ferociousness impressed the moon hag, and she decided he would be wasted in her statuary of corpses. She used her magic to enspell him, allowing him to breathe underwater, but also binding him to her service.
"You," she said, "will be the instrument of my release and my revenge. For you and I together will kill the Ice King."
The moon hag had never heard of the Mad Hunter, and she did not know the power he wielded. She could only tell he was a hunter, and her lust for revenge blinded her to the threat he posed. She gifted him a hand of ice, which was not as nimble as a hand of flesh, but allowed him to serve her better than no hand at all. No hand? Yes, no hand at all. Okay, sounded weird, sorry. The moon hag spent years devising the perfect plan to kill the Ice King, and years more moving all the pieces into place to execute it. In the meantime, the Mad Hunter served her, guarding her chest of treasures and plotting his own plots. Finally, everything was prepared. The full moon rose, and the moon hag stepped on land, giddy at the thought she would never have to leave again if it did not please her. She brought the Mad Hunter to his post, a jagged peak of ice and stone from which he would loose the arrow that would slay the Ice King. Before she could go, he put forward a proposal. Yeah, I don't have a voice for him. "Moon hag," said the Mad Hunter, "if you grow back my missing hand, I will be certain to hit the Ice King with my arrow. We will have only one shot, and I would hate to miss. You're a powerful witch, so you'll be able to craft ties to bind me to this place that I cannot break." The moon hag considered it.
"All right, I will grow back your hand and then bind you here with ties that will not break."
She cast a spell, and the Mad Hunter's hand of ice was replaced with a hand of flesh. As the witch left to complete the next part of her plan, the Mad Hunter grinned wickedly in the moonlight. After a short time, the moon hag returned, luring the Ice King into the Mad Hunter's line of sight.
"What is this about, moon hag?"
asked the Ice King.
"Many a long year have you bound me to the lake,"
said the moon hag.
"Many a long year have I been alone in the dark. That ends tonight."
She cast a powerful spell that made the Ice King slow to react, and then gave the signal.
"Mad Hunter,"
she cried.
"let your arrow fly."
Nothing happened. She twitched nervously.
"Mad Hunter,"
she growled.
"let your arrow fly."
Still, nothing happened. The Ice King, meanwhile, was striding toward her, slow but furious. The moon hag fled, running first to the jagged peak of ice and stone where her servant should have waited. But the peak was empty. The ties had been broken, and the Mad Hunter was gone. For in the end, he was the more powerful of the two, especially once he had two hands. When the Ice King finally caught the hag, his furious voice could be heard throughout the forest.
"For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. You will no longer be allowed to leave, not even under a full moon."
The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And this is how the Mad Hunter escaped the moon hag, and how he got his left hand back. What a savage little piece of shit, right? Well, that's what you get for making a deal with somebody like him. Yeah, kids, don't deal with Mad Hunters, and also don't deal with witches. Yeah. Well, I thought this was gonna be a more grim end, but actually, in a way, I guess it was, well, not really happy end, because the Mad Hunter is now definitely after the princess. But, the moon hag doesn't pose any threat anymore. And yeah, that was the final story already. Will we find more? Maybe we will write more when everything's done. I don't know. But yeah, that was the final story. The Mad Hunter gets his hand back. And this was, at least so far, the enchanting, charming, and creepy Book of Goblins.